Hey guys, I'm Jordan, and I wanted to make this video to keep you informed with what's going on in Arive. Here are the future updates, future feature updates, I guess. And I'm not going to speak to all of these, but I wanted to highlight what I think personally will be most useful for the majority of loan officers and brokers out there. So, marketplace lender pricing, you don't have to be signed up with a lender to see their pricing. That's the new thing they're going to do, and I think this will help you become aware of pricing or better options for your clients for the future if you're not working with a specific lender. So, I think the idea is Arrive. They're constantly getting more and more lenders added to their system, and this is a great benefit to lenders not currently added to their system to agree them to come on board, because if they're really competitive in like a certain product or niche or whatever, more brokers are going to see that because they won't have to be signed up to be able to see their pricing. And this will also, replace people's needs to look up products or pay services to help them find more lenders like Loan Sifter. So that's marketplace lender pricing. The other one is the mortgage call report. Arive will also allow you to start recording reverse mortgage information. This is just like closed loan information specifically. You can't process a loan in Arive, but they've hinted that that's something that they're going to add in the future. So they just added reverse mortgages to the mortgage call report. The other big one is Spanish applications. They didn't verify if lead applications will be in Spanish, but I actually went ahead and asked Harish during a call, and he confirmed there's no lead capture forms in Spanish yet. So right now it will just be the POS, just the application. And speaking of lead captures being updated, currently the lead capture form in Rive, it's done really well, but it's useless in terms of trying to connect it to your CRM. There's no Zap that you can send that information over. Harish shared that it's going to be zappable soon. So we're not quite there. But what they actually announced is they added an update there. So if you're in Zapier and you're building the Zaps between Arrive and your CRM, these are the potential things that you can use to connect the two. One thing they added was loan date updated in Arrive. I'm not sure I completely understand this, but here are some potential use case scenarios if my understanding of it is correct. So with these dates, like let's say a credit report was ordered. Now we have that date. If you have Zapier set up with your CRM, I think potentially you could create a Zap that'll trigger something to happen in your CRM. So your CRM could send like an email inviting the borrower to opt out of spam mail. Another example, the very bottom one here is pre-approval expiry. I think this is how it's going to work. You could probably send yourself an internal message, or maybe the client as well, an email that the pre-approval needs to be updated. They need documents to update that or whatever. So if you want help learning how to connect Arrive in your CRM, I've got a course that covers that. It's the Arrive Built to Scale course. The last thing, and again, I'm not going to talk about all of them. They're really good updates, but the last thing, and in my opinion, the best news is this: more lenders are becoming integrated with Arrive. Why is that a big deal? Right now with UWM Portal, you can click a button and your file is in UWM. And you might be thinking, like, big deal, Jordan, it's now, one click instead of two to get a file, in with the lender. The reason why it's a big deal is eventually NewFi and Windsor are going to follow UWM's example. Something that was really sneaky that Arrive did over the Christmas break that I think went over most people's heads is they opened their integration with UWM to be bi-directional when it comes to loan information. So if a file changed like loan type or down payment amount, borrower information, pretty much everything in a loan besides the status, it would automatically update the file and Arrive. So it makes processing a lot easier. And if you want to turn on that setting, here's some instructions. You'll go into user settings. It's in the top right. You click on user settings, and then on the left-hand side, you'll see this integrations. The next one, automatically sync lender events, and then just want to confirm that you want to go forward with that. They are working on making this bi-directional, at least with UWM. Eventually they're going to do statuses, but this is a big deal that other lenders are going to start doing it. So like Imagine this. This is the future of being a broker or a loan officer. As soon as an underwriter says, "Hey, this loan's clear to close," that when they make that thing happen, arrive in the happen in the lender system, so in like UWMs or hopefully eventually NewFi and Windsors, that'll automatically trigger whatever you have set up for when that status happens. So like for me, when you're clear to close, it used to be that manually you have to go in and click the clear to close button, put in like a date, and then it would send out an email to the realtors, the brokers, loan officers, processor, everyone, letting them know, hey, we're clear to close. We're getting close to final signatures. Processing is going to be a whole lot easier, and communication will be even more streamlined. So this setup is awesome. It's going to help you be built to scale. It's going to save a lot of your time. And if I had an analogy, if you're not set up right with Arive, it's like you're walking to your destination. Like Arive is an awesome software. It can do so much heavy lifting, but a lot of people don't have it set up right. So if you implement my advice, it's more like you're riding an e-bike. And if you have Zapier set up, and I'll teach you how to do that in my course, then we're like driving a car to get places. It's an awesome software. The last thing I'll say is this webinar that they hosted, this was the best webinar I've ever seen Arive do. It was really good. They're going to post it on their Facebook page eventually and then on YouTube, but I would highly recommend watching it. There's a ton of good nuggets. So that's kind of my update for you guys on where things are at. Let me know what your thoughts were, what you're most excited about.